Primarily, I'm interested in time and memory. So I put multiple figures together, or even different moments of the same figure, same person, to accentuate the thought that we are comprised of many moments in time. I try to play that up a little bit with my color usage. So with the synthetic kind of greens and blues that I use, it helps accentuate this sort of like a ghostly, almost like a memory. And the more solid colors, they're contrasted with those, the warm colors, so that you get this sense of like stopped time with the bright light, and then the faded green dark that has movement involved in it. Emotion, I sometimes feel like it's an artifact. It's because part of it is because of the color I use, and maybe the juxtaposition of different scenes will bring out an emotion, or where I choose to highlight. But there is a conflict that I'm really interested in. Sometimes the figure will feel like they're in stress, like confined by the picture plane. And sometimes figures look like the person is kind of okay with it. I really enjoy the conflict. Like having 2 different or 3 different emotions expressed in a piece. I've been focusing so much on the person, sort of the effects that are happening to that person. And I've actually been more interested in lately in trying to pull back a little bit. But I've been having so much fun with just abstracting the face, or pulling 2 faces together and kind of playing off of the 2 different individuals or 2 different scenes. And it's sort of like a surreal cubist kind of. And I've just been so involved with that space has been lacking. Sometimes it's more impactful for me as I'm working to just be, focusing in and really trying to drill down into the specifics of that one individual and that one face. So there are all these other elements that are involved when we have to deal with like bigger spaces. That's a good thing, is that, there's a title and an image to look at. So it's that dialogue between the viewer and the painting. A lot of times I think the work doesn't even need to exist, because it's that constant give and take, the dialogue between the viewer and the art is what I'm interested in. Kind of gotten out of the image what I've wanted to get out of it, as far as the actual act of painting and expressing myself. And now I'm done. Yeah, the formatting is, sometimes it just starts for fun. I want to try a different format. And the circle, well, really, in the end, I have to break it down into the elements of art. And so I'm looking at design and composition. And I realize that the picture plane itself plays a huge role. The figure's effect on that picture plane, or vice versa. So I've always been really interested in spirals. It suggests movement. At least for me, when I look at something that's a spiral, my eyes they just continue to work around the page. So even like as far as the circles, I think if you look inside the composition, the way that the figures are sitting, usually they repeat the circle in some manner. Like I'm trying to highlight that sort of the interconnected quality. Yeah, I'm actually thinking in the future of expanding on that, and actually making non-traditional shapes. So shapes that are either like literally cut out the form.